In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly why you deal with anxiety and how to fix it forever. Take this from someone who's been through it myself, who in the hallways at school, I couldn't even walk straight. I couldn't walk properly to my classes because my legs were shaking at how insecure and afraid I was in my own skin. Whenever I'd go into social settings, whenever I had to speak to a girl, my heart would just start beating out of my chest. I'd start sweating. I'd become this nervous wreck. I'd always stumble over my words, and I felt terrible because I wasn't comfortable in myself, so I couldn't have been comfortable out there in society. And that's what you have to understand. Anxiety, it's just not being comfortable in your own skin. That's the precursor of what anxiety is. That's the cause of it. Anxiety itself, then, is the preparation for the consequences of being this way. Example, when you try and speak to a girl, but you don't feel confident in yourself and you know that deep down this might not go well, your brain starts to prepare for, starts to try to brace the pain and brace for impact when it comes to the pain of getting rejected. Anxiety is just preparation for some hypothetical scenario that might not even be reality. And if it is reality, then the pain of getting rejected, the pain of maybe being laughed at because you were awkward, or the pain of just speaking to the wrong person is easier to bear than the pain of regretting not doing it in the first place and then destroying your self-image even further in the sense that you just reinforce the fact that you were an anxious loser. That's what happens every time you give in to your anxiety. You just amplify it because your self-image becomes someone who lets their anxiety stop them from being in social settings. Now, if we're going to dissect again the reason why we're anxious, it's the preparation of hypothetical scenarios that might not even align with reality. Isn't that what happens? When you get afraid, that's what happens. You destroy your self-image again because you become that fear itself. That's social anxiety. That is how it works. And you have to understand that being socially anxious is going to make you feel like you're all alone. It's going to make you feel like that you're the only one that's going through what you're going through. Like everybody else is so much more socially apt and has everything that you want. So you start looking to them to feel validated and you make them the standard of what you should be. And that's simply not true. You're not alone in this battle of anxiety. Millions, billions of other young men and women are dealing with the exact same thing you are. So you are not that special. I know I sound like an asshole when I say that, but it's true. You are not that special in the sense of you're not alone in the fact that you get anxious from the time to time, that you get depressed from time to time, that you relapse on bad habits from time to time. You're not alone. So when you know that, and especially this isn't the case with people that you start to idolize. The real popular kids in school, the ones you think that have no insecurities whatsoever, they're probably more insecure than you are and you don't even know it. That's just reality. I've seen it myself. I remember one time I'm in class, we're doing these presentations, and the most popular girl in the entire school is going up, and I see her presenting. And I just noticed like this subtle little cue. Her hands are shaking. And I notice this. And then also, I start to notice the stuttering. I notice the lack of confidence. I notice all these little microcosms of cues that signify the same anxiety that I thought I was alone in dealing with. But the thing is, though, is that I'm not the popular kid. I'm not the one that's accepted. Half the school doesn't even like me. But this other person that is the complete opposite, that everybody loves and accepts, they're dealing with the same thing that I am. So the anxiety itself then is completely detached from any outside environmental scenarios or variables. It's not an environmentally oriented thing. It's a mindset. It's something in here in the mind, something in the spirit. This is how we cure anxiety. We have to first understand that anxiety, it's not a manifestation of reality. It's not a manifestation of your environment. You're not anxious because the other kids in school, those popular football kids, are making fun of you. You're anxious because you think that they are, and you're preparing yourself for the reality that they might be. But in reality, you don't actually have to worry about it and it's not rational to even be prepared for it because you don't know if it's true. So the optimal path then would to just stick with what you're doing and keep being you. And in that process, pursuing this self-improvement that is totally centered around Jesus Christ and the authentic person that he wants you to become. Working on his purpose for you. And finding what that purpose is and having these realizations is truly what destroys anxiety because you care so little about what other people think. So when you have this massive purpose, that this God-given gift that you have to share with the world, it's like this. And once you realize the fact that it is like this, the anxiety goes from like this to there. Because you start to realize actually what's important. It's not whether people like you at school. It's not how you feel. The most important thing in your life is your relationship with Christ. And through that, and through his purpose for you, which you have, anxiety will subside. And again, I want you to take this from someone who's been through it and thought it was game over. I thought it was hopeless. Again, so anxious that I couldn't even walk properly because my legs were shaking so bad. Someone who couldn't even drink water properly. Talking to people in school and just wobbly in my hands while I'm trying to drink my water, trying to hydrate myself, and I can't even do that because I'm so anxious. For no reason. It's because I didn't realize the fact that Jesus Christ made me fearfully, he made me wonderfully. And that he had a purpose for me that was beyond the importance that I was putting on these people that I didn't even care about and that they didn't even care about me. I was seeking for love, but all in the wrong places. The validation from girls, the attention from guys, the compliments at the gym, it doesn't mean a thing. The only person that you seek validation from, the only person that you let change the state of your mind is Jesus Christ. That's an actual step for you. Write that down somewhere. The only person I will let influence my state of mind is Jesus Christ and his word. And when you open your heart up to the words of Christ, you start to realize that nothing that you're insecure about is actually reality. Nothing that you're insecure about, nothing that you feel like is a flaw in yourself is actually a flaw. Because the Lord, he made you fearfully, he made you wonderfully. And he put you in the exact position that you are in today so you can magnify his love to other people in your life and to pursue the purpose that he has for you. What a fantastic opportunity. And a mindset shift too. That frame of thinking, this paradigm of believing that everyone's against you. That everybody is just out to get you and that you're the victim of all of it. From that, and that entire frame of mindset, just the victim mentality and thinking that everyone's out to get you, it leads to destruction in so many ways. Now go from this to understanding that the exact position you are in right now is the one that you're supposed to be because God put you there for a purpose. The hard times, even the trials, the tribulations, all of it with Christ has a purpose, and that's the most beautiful thing about a relationship with him. His love never fails. His grace never subsides. And this is especially true in the times of anxiety, of depression, of addiction. We can go astray. We can go on the wrong path. We can deny God. We can betray him and go against him and try and do things our own way, or maybe in the ways of others. And he's not going to turn his back from us. He's waiting for you. He waits for you to come back to him. When he does, he rejoices. That's how much he loves you. And that, understanding that, is the cure to anxiety. Not just a band-aid solution we're talking here, no. We're talking a lifetime solution. And I hope that this video has given you value and that it's maybe compelled you to pursue that relationship with God because you need it. Keep working hard. Stay blessed. And remember, as always, Jesus loves you. Take care.